Hi, this is Dave here from Be Amazing Hives. I bought these Apimaye screen bottom boards that fit the wooden boxes, so I'm going to open them up, see what we have here. Um, Looking forward to using them this spring and see how they work out here. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, so this is the way they come in the box. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, pull it out, kind of set it up here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, I got it out of the box here. What we have is this is a landing board that I'll show you how that'll go on. This is a pollen trap that can be removed. I'll show you how they can remove that. It can be removed from the back. So, and then this is a bracket that would actually go on the woodware, the front of the wood box, to hold this landing board in an upright position that will close off the hive for transport. But we have on the front, you got small entry holes along the bottom here. Once in these slide, so they can slide to whatever opening you want. If you want to make a smaller opening, you can do that. If you want to leave them open, you can do that. And they both move, so you can do that. And these, the way this is designed on here, this is actually small enough to be used as a mouse guard too. So you won't have to worry about anything, any mice or anything getting through those openings there. The bees will be the only thing can get in and out of there. So and then so that's the front of it. This landing board will, let me see if I can figure it out here. It's going to go on it's going to go on like this. So what you have is it'll go down in the groove on the side, do this, and basically it'll go in the other side, but I don't want to snap it in right now because once I put it in there, it's going to be probably hard to get out. But this will go down and this will have a little bit of a taper down. And it'll be your landing board. And if you want to move the bees or close them off, I mean, these can be open, they can be closed, whatever, but you can fold this up, and then that bracket that I showed you earlier would go on the front of the hive, and it'll be above it, and then you can turn that knob you can see where it'll lock down against the front of that the landing board, and it'll hold it shut so you can transport, and the bees have no access out of the hive. Okay, here we are around to the back side of it, and what we have is, you can see this is the pollen trap. The bottom bottom board is all this here, so it's under here. And the bees would have to come in the entrance. They'd be above the screen bottom board, but below the pollen trap. And the pollen trap holes are big enough for the bees to get through, but not big enough for the bees to come through with pollen on their hind legs. So as they try to come through, and you can see it's rounded and smooth, but as they come through those holes, it'll knock the pollen off and fall down into a tray that's on the bottom. I can show you how this removes. If you don't want to catch pollen, you just pull this tray out like this, and it'll come all the way out. And once it's out, there's actually this piece that they give you that will go in place of where the pollen trap came out. And you just snap that into place like that, and that'll block off the entrance and exit from the rear. You don't want them going in and out of there. So, but that piece will come out, and you just save it, make sure you don't lose it. But the whole bottom board then is screened. So I'm going to go ahead and put this pollen trap back in. And it just snaps into place up front, and then like I say, just save this, make sure you have it. And then the bottom tray down here, it's hard to do one-handed, sorry. It pulls open, and this is the tray that would catch the pollen. And you know, once the pollen falls off their legs, down through the screen board and into this tray, and you can gather your pollen from that and put it in a bag or whatever you want to do. Then underneath is just a tray. Now I believe on the regular Apimaye hives, this bottom tray, it doesn't have these holes. Now this one does. So some people, I think, say they use some oil and stuff down here, or diatomaceous earth. So if you have any larvae from small hive beetle or wax moths, that would kill them if it fell down in here. There's no way right now to be able to put oil in here without it running out, but I may try to figure something out with it. You might be able to put some diatomaceous earth in there, but you're not going to be able to put any oil in there. So we'll maybe have to figure out a little trick to be able to have a little pan or something down there whenever the pollen trap isn't in there, because you wouldn't want the pollen trap in there if there was oil anyway. I mean, the pollen tray. So, but we'll have to think about that one. But yeah, then that's how that works. So then that just slides back into place. Let me try to do this. Everything's hard to do. Everything's pretty tight. So when it's together, it would be easy doing two hands. But one hand, it's a little bit tough. Everything kind of snaps into place. It's really, really strong and tight. So anyway, so that's back into place. And that's the rear of this. So I'm going to spin this back around and explain a little bit more. Yeah, so on the screen bottom boards for the wooden boxes, the standard wooden boxes like this, they include a landing board. And this landing board, which is nice, I like the feature, will go in, there's a hole down here, the groove's here, and another hole down here. So this would go in, you'd put it into the end down here, get these two tabs in there, and then put it in here. So this would, I'm not going to snap this other end in because once it's in, I think it's going to be hard to get out. But I want to show you what this does. This actually will be a nice size landing board. It is vented all the way across. And then when you're not using the landing board and you want to close it up or try to maybe even move the hive somewhere or whatever, you can either slide these or you can leave them open for some venting. And then this actually turns up, and then that little rounded spot on the top, where did I put the other piece? Lost my piece. There it goes. This would go again on the woodware box, and it sits like this, and you would rotate that dial into place where it would lock it. You turn that knob and you can see how it would lock on there, and it holds that door shut. So that's how this landing board is set up. And it's nice because the regular hives have a little, probably a 2-inch little landing board on them that's integrated into the hive, into the plastic, where this one's separate, and it actually uses a dual purpose where you can close it for transportation or whatever. So I like that feature. So I went ahead and put two pieces of box together. I didn't glue them or anything, but I just to show how this bottom board works. So the bottom board, the box will sit against on the bottom board. There's screws in the front. You can do one there, one in the center, one on the end, and that'll attach the box to the bottom board. And then there's also screws along the side that come up from the bottom that you would screw into the wooden box. So you could attach it all the way around to make sure that box is secure on the bottom board. Now, this is one of the features I really like. This is that landing board. Now, it's not, again, it's not completely in, so it's in this side, but not on that. But it's nice that they can land on here, go in the entrance here. You can slide those open or close. But what's really nice is the fact that this landing board will fold up into the locked position. And once it's up, there's no bee space or anything for the bees to get in and out. And then you would have that tab again on the side, and it would be on here. And then you would rotate the piece here onto here, and it would hold this shut. This would not be able to open. So that's another benefit that Apimaye built into this. That would help you if you ever wanted to move your bees or whatever. It's a good way to close them off. So that's the way that is set up. I really like that part. Okay, one thing I did notice, and I just want to note it for people, folks, if they buy these. This, if you notice down here, there's a little bit of a gap here. I mean, my box is part of it, but then it's flush back here. It's nice and tight. The reason for that is, if you'll hear it, when I slide this box away from the bottom board, you'll hear it drop. Hear that drop? And the reason for that is those tabs, that block here, the tab in the middle, and the block over there, that tab in the center is what centers that pollen trap as you slide it in to the front. But those blocks in that piece are about a 1/16 of an inch higher than the sides of the bottom board. So when you come forward, it hits. And then you have to raise it up to get them on top, and then you get this little wobble out of it. So it's an easy fix. You can do two things. You can file the bottom of the box in those little spots, just enough for that to clear. Or you can file the plastic down, which is what I'm going to do, because I do not want to file the wood box in case I decided to use this brood box in a different position on my colonies down the road. And then I have a little groove that I filed out of the wood that the bees would have to take care of and propolize. So What I'm going to do is just file those plastic pieces down 1/16 of an inch so this sits flush, you know, the whole way along. Again, an easy fix, but I just want to note it. So if you do buy these bottom boards, which are really nice, that you keep that in mind, to remember that unless they've changed it, that has to be taken care of. So this box will, you know, sit nice and flush. So just keep that in mind. But overall, this is a really, really nice bottom board. I like all the options of it. I like the fact that it has a pollen trap. You know, without buying something separate that would either hang on the front of the entrance of your hive or whatever. It's so simple. It's so easy. So my thoughts on the Apimaye bottom board, screen bottom board for wood boxes is a good one. I really am pleased with it. I like the fact that you can adjust the openings to whatever size you want, and that they have built-in mouse guards already in it. This is heavy duty plastic. This is not something cheap. It's hard to move. I love the fact that they have a landing board that can actually double as, you know, close it up for transport or whatever other reason you just want to close off the hive temporarily. The fact that you have a pollen trap that you can remove, or keep in, that's wonderful. So for collecting pollen, to have it built into the bottom board is something you just don't see. And then I forgot to mention, you could actually remove that bottom tray completely and just have this as a screen bottom board. So you can either have it as a regular screen bottom board, put the tray back in, which close it off, not 100% because there was some holes in it and some venting for it along the sides, but really nice. You could close that off. You could use it with a pollen trap or without a pollen trap. I mean, all the features of this are really, really nice as a bottom board option for wooden brood boxes. So Apimaye didn't sponsor me. They didn't give this to me. I purchased these. I bought 2 of them. I purchased them myself. They're going on in the spring. I really look forward to using them. So if you're looking for something like this, check them out. Check out Apimaye. I think you'll be pleased with what you see. So far, I am, without using them yet. Definitely like all the options, and we're gonna try these out this spring, and I'll get back to you sometime down the road and let you know, show you how they look, how they work out in the yard. So take care, everybody. Thanks for checking it out and watching the video. Please hit the like button for me. I'm new at this and new at beekeeping, but I'm having fun with it. And subscribe. I'm going to put out as many videos and things as I can from now and then. So, join up. Hit the like button, hit that bell button, all those things that they say to do. Do it for me. Helps me out. It'll help out the channel for more people to check us out. So enjoy. Have a wonderful day.